Hi guys, it's Chef Michelle's Life Plus 8 and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a long form video and I'm just going to be chit-chatting with you guys about something that I don't really talk about on my channel, but today we're going to talk about it. So pretty much you guys already know, if you follow me and you guys see what's happening in my life currently right now, I'm going through eviction. I have to be out of my home today, now 19 days from today. I have to be gone midnight, June 30th. And so I'm just going to be really transparent with you guys and talk about something that I really don't talk about on my channel. Um, when I initially made my channel, I wanted this channel to be about food. And yeah, I created this channel back in 2018, 2019, something like that. And it was originally supposed to be about food, but then I started posting about, my family life and things like that. I think I started that around 2020, 2021, something like that. And now, like, it's just about my food and my family. I don't really post my teenagers. I have a adult son, 20 years old, 19, 18, young adult, 16 and 14. And then I have an 8, 6, and 4-year-old. I don't really post my teenagers at all. Number one, they don't like being in my videos. When they were younger, they used to be in my videos. My 8, 6, and 4-year-old, they love being in the videos, but I just don't really post about them because I'm just going through a whole lot and I'm just trying to settle myself before I start making videos with my younger kids. But my teenagers, they do not like being in my videos at all. And I don't, talk about them much because, to be honest with y'all, I have, I don't want to say a lot of issues with my teenagers, but I have issues with them. And, it's pretty much what other parents go through. you know the issue that I deal with my teenagers, they're more of a mouthpiece. They're very disrespectful. They don't respect anything that I say. They don't respect anything that I do. And it's just really sad because I've always been in my children's life. I've never left them, forsake them. I never done anything of that nature. It's like you got parents out here that truly don't care about their kids. They leave their kids in the house for X amount of time. They go off and they live their life and they do their thing. Me, I'm always in the house. I'm always, they're cooking, cleaning, or whatever. But my teenagers, they say that I'm not a good mom, that I don't take care of them. They say that they have raised themselves. And I promise y'all, I don't know if I need to book a doctor's appointment for my teenagers and have them checked out, because I do not understand what they mean by I raised myself. And by the way, I'm looking around, guys, because I am in the Walmart parking lot. So that's why I'm looking around and whatnot. But anyway, I just feel like maybe I should go and get them checked out because it doesn't make sense at all. How do you raise yourself when your parent has always been in the house? Yeah, back in the day, I used to go out, party, a couple of days of the week. But we talking about back in 2012, 2013 time. It's now 2025. I stopped going to the clubs long time ago. I don't even have, the desire to want to go to clubs. So I'm always in the house. And so, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. My 19-year-old, my 18-year-old, 16-year-old, they're very, very, very disrespectful, verbally, mentally. And sometimes things could get physical, especially when my daughter or my son is being, a mouthpiece. And it just makes me feel like I should, do something or whatnot. But it's just really, really sad because, like I say, I don't talk about it because I'm the type of person, I like to send out good vibes. But at the same time, sometimes you gotta talk about stuff, right? But this is something that I've been going through. I've been going through this for years and years and years. It's nothing brand new. It's just that things have escalated. Things to me are getting worse. And it's getting to the point where, to be honest with y'all, I want to remove 2 of my teenagers from my house. It's getting to that extent. Like, I feel like wherever I'm going to move to, I don't want them to come with me because, it's just too much disrespect. No one wants to help clean the house. No one wants to help pack. No one wants to do anything. And I've been told these teenagers that we were possibly going to have to move. So they've been known about this. This is not new information to them. And so, it's just very tiring. It's very upsetting that they don't listen. And it's just sad because what they do is, if there's a situation in the house, they gang up and they agree with each other whether they right or wrong. If they're wrong and they know that the other sibling is wrong, they will agree with the other sibling and come against me. One of my children, they tell the other kids to not listen to me, to do your own thing, be your own person. They'll say things like, oh, she's not the boss of us. Who does she think she is? It's just really, really sad, guys. Like, and so I just feel like when I do move wherever I'm going to go, I don't want to take my two teenagers with me. And I've had this talk with them. I told them, if you're going to disrespect me, if you're not going to follow my rules, you could get out, because I dealt with disrespect from men. I dealt with disrespect from their father, and I'm not going to deal with disrespect from my kids. So they'll say things like, well, you dealt with our father, you put up with him for how long, but you so quick to want to put us out. No, listen, that's not even the case, and they don't even know the full details, because they were like 4 or 5 years old or younger when I was with their father. I left their father so long ago. And that's something else that I have never discussed. I've never talked about my relationships and things like that from the past. Just like today, I've never talked about the issues that I have with my teenagers, but I'm discussing it now. It's really bad. Some people, they be like, oh, well, at least your kids aren't doing, they're not on substances. I don't know if I could say the word drugs because this is YouTube, but people, they'll say things like, at least they don't take substance, at least they don't be out in the streets. You're right. Thank the Lord, my kids are not out there in the streets. I don't have to wonder where they are. My kids, they stay in the house, except my one son. He plays sports, so he's always out. But my other kids, they're not like party kids. They don't like doing parties. They don't like being out there like that. So thank God for that. But at the same time, their disrespect is just the same amount of stress as a mother that has to deal with her kids on substances, or, out there and about, doing their thing with other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I can say, what I can't say on here. Trying to be discreet. But it's too much, because it's like yesterday I was cleaning the storage house, right? And it's bad, because I took two of my teenagers to Chick-fil-A. I spent like 40 something dollars that I should not have spent, but being me, who I am, I don't mind doing those things. So I went and spent 40 something dollars on Chick-fil-A. Shouldn't have done that. To get back home, and then I asked the kids to help me, and no one helped. My other son came home from school. I'm like, hey, y'all need help. He's like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not gonna do anything. So it's sad, because to stand there and tell your parent what you're not gonna do, when you know that time is crucial, this is not the time to be disrespectful. Everybody in my house should be working together to help us get out of here, but no one is helping me. So, like I said, yesterday when I was cleaning the storage house, these kids literally sitting in the living room having a full-blown conversation while I'm outside pulling things from the storage, and they tell me, oh, well, we don't know what you want to keep, and we don't know what you want to throw away, and that's the reason why we don't go out there. Then they switched up, and they're like, oh, you always say that we don't do anything, so we just choose not to help because you tell us we don't do anything. Well, y'all don't do anything. And the thing is, even if I said that, facts are facts, truth is truth. It's true. They don't do anything. They don't help. They don't do nothing unless I ask them. And then it's not right away. It's always hours later, days later type thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that I have to deal with. So it's extremely frustrating that I'm going through what I'm going through right now, on top of the kids don't want to listen. The kids don't want to follow rules. And it's not even like they're little bitty kids. These are big teenagers, adults, young adults that don't want to follow rules. So, it's just exhausting. And I said that I was going to come on here and talk about this, guys, because this is something that I've been going through for years and years, guys. This is not a brand new situation. It's brand new to you guys because I'm on here talking about it. so it's brand new to you guys. But I've just been enduring the situation, guys. I have story for days. A lot of stuff, it's like it's embarrassing to even talk about, because you know when your kids are disrespectful, you're expecting for your kids to be you expect when you have kids for your kids to follow rules. Yes, I know kids are not perfect. Yes, I understand teenagers go through things. You know, they're growing, they're learning, they're trying to figure out life. But just because you growing and learning does not consist of you being disrespectful to your parents. And that's what I have to endure, and that's what I have to deal with. So I feel like this: if I'm going to be packing up the house and moving things on my own, then the two adults that know better, they don't need to tag along with me. They don't need to follow with me. And just like I told him, y'all could go, y'all can get out. I don't need that. I don't need that type of energy around me, kid or no kid. It doesn't matter at this point. Peace is everything. It's to the point where I feel like I'm stressing myself out. I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't want to have a stroke. I don't want to have a nervous breakdown. Dealing with things like this will cause those things. And I have to look out for me. Whether they're my kids or not, I have to look out for me. You know why? Because if they cared anything about me, they wouldn't be causing stress on me. And then they talk about, oh, you don't respect us. What do you mean I don't respect you? The only thing that these kids be talking about is the fact that I don't stand for their mess, right? If I ask them to do something in the house or do something around the house and they don't do it, then I take things away, or I'll say things like, I'm not going to cook for y'all. Y'all old enough to cook for yourself. Y'all big kids. Even a 14-year-old could cook for themselves, but guess what? They always expect me to cook and clean, and then when I cook, no one wash dishes, no one cleans the table, no one sweeps the floor, no one mops the floor. I'm doing every single thing. And sometimes, guys, when I cook and I feed everybody, I just leave the dishes. You know why? Not that I'm nasty and dirty. It's because it's exhausting when you're cooking and no one is lending a helping hand. Everyone is just eating. I'm talking about big ass teenagers sitting at a table eating and leaving their plate right there, deliberately, spitefully trying to spite me for whatever reason it is. And so I'ma just chit chat a little bit about why I believe they do what they do. And they always tell me, when I bring this up, they always say, oh, it's in your head. It's not even the case. So my first 5 children have a different father from my last 3 children. I was married to their father. We met in Atlanta, Georgia, when I used to live there. I left him because he was highly abusive. I left him so long ago, like 2012 time. That's a whole nother story. But I'm not with him. And so my kids are connected with him. 2 of them talk to him. I think the third one talked to him, but not as much. But definitely my older children talk to him. And he literally hate my guts. He wants me gone, out of this world type thing, unalivement type thing. Trust me, he's threatened my life multiple times. And so my kids, they connected with him. And me and my kids are always back and forth with this, because I feel like, you know, why do y'all want to talk to a dude that wants me unalive? I'm your mother. I've never left y'all, never forsaken you. Me personally, if anybody want to unalive my mother, I don't want nothing to do with you. Even if you are my father, my cousin, my sister, my brother, you don't want my mom here on this earth, you an enemy to me. My kids cannot understand why I'm so upset about this. They always ask me, you know, y'all problem is y'all problem. You know what I'm saying? We have nothing to do with that. They're like, oh, you expect us to dislike him and hate him. You know, he has changed. And the crazy thing about it, guys, how do these kids know that this man has changed when they have never seen him in the physical? They have never seen him like in person since 2014, right? Since 2014, but they talk to him on the phone. So you have a conversation with somebody on the phone, father or no father. How do you know if that person has changed? You don't know anything about this person. And so that's a whole nother story, but I'm just trying to point out that that's a big issue, because he talks to them. He tells them a lot of negative things about me. They take it and they use it against me, and it causes a lot of quarreling in the house, right? And I think it's something I know that is something that their father want, because when I was with him, he used to always tell me, you left me, so when these kids get old enough, I'm going to tell them everything about you. And honestly, I never understand what he's talking about, because when I was in a relationship with him, I was very faithful. I don't know what he's talking about. I think it's just a spiritual thing where he was upset that I left him, that I didn't want nothing to do with him no more. So he was trying to figure out, how can I sabotage her life because she left me? And like I said, that's what he told me he was going to do. He said, when the kids get old enough, I'm going to tell them everything about you. And it's like, it didn't make sense. So I believe he tells them little things. They're naive and they quarrel with me in the house. And he knows everything that goes on in the house, because one of my children relays messages to him all the time. One of my children tells him all my business. And, you know, like I said, that's a whole nother story. I get so upset about that, with the fact that my child tells my business to this guy who wants me unalived. And he tells him everything about me, and it's so unfair because I don't know anything about this man. I don't care to know nothing about his life. I left him. That's the reason why I don't care. So, you know, that's part of the problem. But like I say, they're all disrespectful. And at this point, I want peace in my life. I don't need kids around me who's going to cause problems deliberately. You know, don't want to help, don't want to clean. You know, guys, if I really show y'all video of that house, it is sad. I've seen people on here, on YouTube, make videos of their house when the kids don't clean. My house would top it. My house would top all the houses that people, when they're posting about their kids not cleaning, my house would top it. It's just I don't videotape it. And it's sad because I grew up around two clean parents that taught me cleanliness, that taught me organization, that taught me how to keep a house clean. But guys, because no one helps in my house, I choose a lot of times not to clean at all. Because just like I tell my daughter, why should I clean? Why should I clean? Why should I do anything when no one assists me? When no one assists me, right? Why should I clean? And so, like I say, I could sit here and have this conversation all day long. I could go deeper and deeper into the conversation, but a lot of the information is highly embarrassing, I'm telling you. So, you know, but I pray about it, and I tell God to just lead me and let me know what I should and shouldn't do, because at this point I want them gone, like gone to figure out life on their own, because it's something they, you know, it's something that they tell me anyway. They always be like, oh, you know, well, if you want us gone, then, you know, you just need to do this and do that. You need to make it happen. It's crazy. Anyway, y'all leave in the comments below and let me know what y'all think about this. Have y'all ever gone through a situation like this? And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.